Hello everyone, so in this video we are going to learn how to create contact in Wix from Airtable Record, which means we are going to integrate these two applications, Airtable and Wix, in such a way that every time a new record is created in Airtable, then using that information a new contact will be created in Wix. So we will be creating an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect, where our trigger will be new record in Airtable and our action will be create a contact in Wix. Let us learn how to do that. So let us learn that how you can create contacts in Wix from the record in Airtable. So I have created this board on Airtable called team members, and I will add the details of every team member over here as record. And as soon as I add a new row right here, then a contact will be created in my Wix account. But one thing that I need to keep in mind is to create a field of created time that I will tell you once we start creating the workflow. So let us quickly sign in into our account so that we will reach this place where I can see all the applications provided to you by Pabbly, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect to create this automation. Click on Access Now, and that will take us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Now reaching here, you will see a big blue button on your right side where it's written Create Workflow. Click on the button and give a suitable name to your workflow. So I'm going to name it as Create Contact in Wix from Airtable Record. Click on Create, and then a blank workflow will be created for you like you see on your screen. You will be able to see Trigger and Action, the two major modules of Pabbly Connect on which the whole automation works. Now before that, I would like to remind you to open your Airtable and your Wix in separate tabs when you create the workflow, so that firstly that you can connect your accounts with Pabbly Connect to perform the automation, and also to cross-check the changes that you're going to make while creating this automation. Now, trigger says when this happens and action says do this, which means that trigger will be the first application where we are going to make the changes and the event will be performed. Like creating a record in Airtable is the trigger. As soon as a record is created over here, this workflow is going to trigger, and the action application, which is going to be Wix, will be enabled to create a contact in its account. So let us choose our trigger application as Airtable over here, and the trigger event will be new record. You can read what's given below, which says triggers when a new record is available. You've chosen this, click on Connect, and then click on Add New Connection. You might have to enter a token over here that you can find easily to this developer hub. Every time you create a workflow or create an automation in your Pabbly Connect account, make sure you read the help desk given over here. These are the instructions to this token over here. So let us go to this developer hub. Then reaching here, you have to click on Create New Token and give a name to your token. I'm going to name it as Wix Contacts and add scope. So now what is the scope and access? Like it's written over here, that you have to add scope and choose the scopes that are given to you. Data record, read and write, comments, read and write, schema basis, read and write, and webhook manage. So you have to in total select 7 scopes right here, so that all of these scopes are given access to by this webhook. So choose this one, then like that, read and write, then comments, read and write, then schema basis, read and write, and then in the end we have webhook manage. So you don't have to learn all of these, it's given over here to you, you can just cross check. Then you have to add access. So access will be all current and future bases and all current and future workspaces. You have to choose this one so that a complete access is provided to Pabbly Connect, and click on Create Token. Now this token is created, click on Copy and then paste it over here. Once you have done the pasting, click on Save, and your Airtable and Pabbly Connect will be connected. Now you have to select a base. So the name of your base is Team Members. So select the base from here. If you can find from scrolling, then fine. Otherwise, just type in the search bar Team Members and select it. The table will also be selected on its own. We have just one table over here, and you just have to enter a trigger field. So the trigger field is actually the last field where the updated time will be visible to you. So what you have to do is how many fields that you have to create, how many columns, name, address, email, contact, whatever you want to create, you do that. And when it is done, in the end, click on this plus button. When nothing else is left to be added, then the field name over here, first you have to find which is created time. Choose this and give the name as created only. Okay. Once this is done, click on Create Field, and the field is created over here. So now when you go back, you have to refresh this and it will automatically detect the field. So now since the trigger field is selected, which means that every time a new record will be added over here, what is the last updated field? Created. Okay, so it will automatically record the time and duration of the created record over here, and till there, this token will capture everything. So before you click on save and send test request, go back to your Airtable base and then create a new record. I'm going to add the name of a contact that I want to create in Wix as well. So one thing before that, because I want to create the contact in Wix, I want to add one more person over here, one more column over here, that is of the last name, because the names are entered separately in your Wix account. So you drag it and bring it here, name, last name, address, email, contact, and the created field is over here. So let us enter the details. First name, second name, this is my address, email address then, and the contact number. So I have given the name, last name, email address, and contact over here. This is done. Going back to your account and click on save and send test request in the workflow, it will bring the details of the newly created record in our Airtable base. So we have the first, second name, email address of the person, address and contact number as well. And the created field has recorded the date and time of the creation. So we have recorded the details of the newly created record. Close this window and now let us forward this data to our action application, which is going to be Wix. Click on the application Wix to select it as your action application. The event will be to create contact and then connect. Add new connection. The connection will be a little bit similar, but you have to enter the app ID and the secret ID also over here. So you have to go to the Wix developer app. You can also find the developer from here, but it will be a lengthy process. Rather than click on here, it will straight away take you to developers, similarly to Airtable developers. And here, you have to follow these steps in order to get the app ID and app secret. This is the forum by Pabbly page, and it provides you all the instructions how you can get these credentials to connect your Wix and your Pabbly Connect account. So let us log into your Wix Developer Center. Click on this link. It will straight away take you to that page. Click on Start Now, and this is the developers page. When you come over here, you have to click on Create a New App, because this is going to be your new app for which you will enter the app ID and secret ID. Now this is your app. You can give it any name. Airtable app you can say. This is the name. And then you have to follow these instructions. So what is the first thing? You've created your first app button. Now go to OAuth in left menu and find the app ID and app secret. So here you have to enter this in the redirect URL. So let us copy this link address and go back to our app ID. So now we have the app ID and the app secret key over here. But before you can copy this, you have to add the redirect URL. So we have copied that from there. So we will paste it over here, this URL that we copied. And then we will give an app URL name as well. So I'm going to name it as, this is my URL name, dummy name, and I will click on save. Now once it is saved, you can copy this app ID from here, copy, paste it here, and then the secret key that you can copy from here and paste it right here. Click on save and just agree and add, and it will be connected. The connection is successful. Your Wix and Pabbly Connect is connected. So you just need to follow these forum page instructions and your connection will be done. So now you have to enter the first name, last name, and the email address and all the further details of the contact that you want to add in your Wix. So what you do is just enter the first name. The first name is this. We have given two separate fields for this purpose only. Then the last name. If there was just one name required, we could have filled in the complete name in one field only. But first name and last name both were required separately. In case of email address, you can give the email address, map it like that only. And then the country code, so there was no country code. We are going to leave it empty because it's not required as well. In case of phone number, we will enter the phone number here. Map the phone number. This is the contact. In address line 1, there is just one address line. So we will give that one over here. And all the other things are not given to us. These are the only details we have. So click on save and send test request. And we will receive that yes, a contact is created. So this is the contact ID you have received. And these are the other details of the contact that we just created. So let us close this window and go back to our Wix to check that were we able to create a contact or not. So this is our account. So this was the last updated account. Let us refresh this. and you will see that yes, this is the person we just created, the email address, the phone number, and the address is also here. So these were the basic details that we provided in this workflow, and whenever now any new record is created in the Airtable base, then a contact will be created in Wix account as well with the help of this workflow. So this was the whole video. I hope this helped. Not just these applications, but you can integrate many other applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any issue regarding Pabbly, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any doubts regarding our pricing, then you can connect us through this given website. If you found this video helpful in any way, then make sure to share this with your friends and colleagues to make their life easier by creating automations. We will meet in the next video. Till then, do not forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.